Oh yeah, Andy. Alright, mate. I've a fucked up stomach. What's the story, bro? Yeah, I'm 80 years old. Anthony, I was diagnosed with that IBS years ago, right? And I have a little tear in my bowel. So my stomach keeps filling up with wind, bro. Every time, I'm not being rude or anything, but every time I go for a number 2, it's not very pleasant. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna say on a pain level, it's like an 8.5, easy. You know, I have a fucking leak in the roof. You'll hear the drip. Make a lure on me. Here it comes. No drip. But there's the drip. Yeah, me fucking stomach, bro, honestly, it's murder. You know what I mean? It's like I have that IBS years. It's like, but I suffer a lot with acid reflux and shit because I can't swallow properly, right? Anthony, a few years ago, I tried to take my life. I tried to hang myself, and I was swinging for a couple of minutes, and I was thinking of me mother and me friends, and I closed my eyes and I was fucked, I was choking. How are you feeling? And the belt snapped, but I hurt me neck. Do you understand? You know, see here, I fucking hurt me. I don't know what the thing is called, but I hurt me neck. You know what I mean? The belt snapped. Come here. If anybody's ever taken their life, don't buy a belt in China. Get one in Taiwan, because it'll snap. You know, I can laugh about it because I salute it. You know, it's made me part of the person I am today because of resilience and strength. And guys, if you're watching this now, later on, tonight, tomorrow, finish trying to get to 1,000 subs, and so is Pablo, and you can help him on some of the finest subs. I started this channel purposely to grow an Irish community, and along the way, shout out to the gay, along the way, sometimes we've been led astray. We're here to take part, not to play. Don't test my patience, is all I can say. And shout out to Bruce Willis, yippee-ki fucking A. It's like, I hate this month, you know what I mean, but I try to put a brave face on, like, you know, it's the only month of the year where I have to just suck it up, you know. It's like when you lose your parents, mate, it's hard, but you know, losing someone at Christmas time. I only said this the other day. Every Christmas somebody I know dies. And yesterday someone reached out to me and said, Jude, such and such a person is dead. I was like, fuck off. He said, bro, he's dead. I was like, I wasn't going to say I told you so, because you know what I mean, but and I'd like to shout out to Patrick Ward for insulting his cousin. Bro, it was all in jest, it was banter. You know what I mean? It's like, and I didn't go there yesterday with bad intentions or looking for trouble. I wanted a coffee. But thanks for your message. I appreciate it. And I'll do my best not to insult your cousin anymore, right? All jokes aside, I'm not looking to have fights with anybody. I'm 51 years old, you know. YouTube is YouTube, and sometimes I say the wrong thing, like, you know, I might call someone a gypsy bastard or something, and somebody in the community will say, "Hey, that what you want about? Calling my friend or my cousin, you know, saying he's gay and all, you know, all this nonsense." Look, you answer for your words, I did say that. I'm only saying what Holly said. You know what I mean? And people are very sensitive nowadays. Only lost my father 3 years ago, and you're like, well, bro, I'm rooting for you. Me too. Hey, now we have something else in common. You know, when you lose when I lost me dad, I didn't just lose me dad. I lost a friend. I lost me mentor. You know, my father, even though I hated the most of my life when I become a father, my dad had an operation at the same time me son was born. You know, and I witnessed a miracle. That's why, see my faith, you can't shift it. I believe in God, you know, and everybody's gonna go. Everybody's gonna die, you know, whether we like it or not. You know, and if the truth be told, I never grew this channel for money. I grew this channel so when I'm dead, my kids will have over 7,000 videos to watch, over 50,000 lives, and in their lifetime they'll never ever ever be able to watch all the content I put out there. So I did that for me kids, not for yous. Well, for yous too, but you know, everybody's gonna die, and when you die, all you're left with is pictures and memories. You know, in still, you understand? Lang thing then. Anyway, so we're all gonna die, right? And when you die, you're gone. Your brother's name is Jude, isn't it? Shout out to Anthony's brother Jude. How do I know that? Nah, it's about covering all bases. We're not all going to be here forever, and I know that. And it's like, I know me kids love me, and it's like, sometimes I can be silly. It's like, you know, I like a joke, you know, but at the end of the day, I was raised a certain way. And here, all you need to do this in life, right? Just here. Be humble, guys. Be humble, my G. You know, that's all you need to do in life is to be humble. You know, be humble, brother. You know, hang on, let me fix this. There you go. Now listen, I started this channel to network, to bring a few people together, because our community is getting smaller, because 60% of our community that used to be decent people have crossed over to the dark side, and YouTube is a cake now. It's divided into 3 sections, 3 corners, the good corner, the bad corner, and the creepy corner. You know, that leaves 1%. I'm in that. I'm not part of any of them 3 groups. I am part of the I try to be positive, you know what I mean, unless somebody triggers me. You know, but it's not a good idea for me in December to get triggered. How are you, Andrew? Good afternoon. I was having a shit a few weeks ago. You're not doing any lives. And when I watched one of your lives the other day and lifted me up. Well, that's good. You know, how are you, Andrew? Like I said, it's like men don't talk about certain things, bro. You know, because we're too proud and stubborn to talk about it. Daniel, okay. And I think it's part of the human condition. Men were made a certain way. And when you're a big brother, you have to be a certain way too. I had to put the smack down on my brothers when they were younger. You know, I gave Mark a DDT and he ended up in A&E. And I shot Alex in the chest without a bulletproof vest. And that's a fact. You know, and I'm not proud of shooting my own brother, but he was giving me the middle finger. So I tried to take his finger off. You know, I had him in my crosshair. And I missed his finger. He was like that. And I missed him and I hit his chest. Pigeon chest. You know, and he never told on me. And have a guess what? I broke Mark's arm. And he never told on me. You know. It's like it's in us. You know what I mean? If you're from Dublin, it's like you know the rules. And it's common courtesy. You don't tell on anyone. It is indeed, yeah. I have a brother Mark and a brother Alex. And you know, when I got away from Ireland, it was the best thing I ever did, because then they'd never want to be like me. And you know how it works in Dublin. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, shout out to a fella called Fran. You know, from Cabra. Hello, mate. Yeah, the same to you, Stoic Tom. You know, for some reason last night, I thought Ireland was playing in the Six Nations against Wales. For some reason I thought it was last night, and I'm searching for the game all night, right, and I can't find it, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, how about this? I'm a boxing fan, enthusiast, analyst. I'm a UFC fan, analyst, and enthusiast. Okay, UFC and boxing is my favourite sports. Now, Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje are fighting for the interim lightweight title. They're fighting for the title. Now, there's a lot of people on here that won't help anybody get subs. You know, I don't like, if you support somebody and they don't support you back here, don't support them again. You know, I've helped a lot of people, and all I ask you to do is to share a few channels. Like to share Finn's channel, to share Pablo, to share Luke, to share Spencer, to share Jerry. You know, a lot of the lads. There's a fella called Glenn that goes in and out Finn's live, and there's another guy called Fran. If you're not sub to them, listen, we're building a little army over here at Dubs. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck whether you're from Dublin or Saudi Arabia. As long as you're respectful in my life, we'll get along. And I guarantee you I have something in common with you. Whether it be mental health, addiction, recovery, labels. You know, everybody that has drug addiction issues, alcohol issues, recovery issues, mental health issues, everybody is welcome in my channel. You know, and our part of YouTube is getting smaller because there's loads of pricks on here. You know, pricks with secrets. We all have secrets, right? Now, where I'm from, if you spill your guts about someone's secrets, your guts will be spilled. You know, people use that word loyalty too freely nowadays. You see, if I say I'm your friend, where I'm from, if I'm your mate and someone walks up to him with a handgun, you stand in front of your mate, and then my mate will stand in front of me, and then my other mate. Do you understand? That's the way it was. And I walked away from it with my life. You know, and allegedly, if I still had been part of that over there, I'd have having a piece of that cake with a big fucking cherry on top. Still. But I thought about my son, and I didn't want my brothers turning into drug dealers, so I come back to England and made sure my brothers never went to Ballyfermot. You know, because for some reason, little brothers look up to their big brothers, and my little brothers look up to me. They're not so little. But I've got adopted brothers, like Finn's my adopted brother, and so is Pablo, and Luke, and Spencer. You know, like you can speak to them on a level, you know what I mean? And every one of us has mental health issues, you know, and sometimes men won't talk about their mental health issues because we're men. It's part of the human condition. We're made that way. It's like I said, it's like psychological warfare on YouTube, and there's a lot of people on here that think they're well hard, that nobody's ever seen them have a fight. Listen, I lived in Beswick. My brothers lived down there 32 years, and I've had a couple of fights down there that I've not lost. That everybody seen me fighting that goes in that pub. I don't need witnesses or people to give me clarity or validation. Hey, I don't need clarity or validation. You know, I don't love myself. I handle myself. Which is hard sometimes, but like I said, it is what it is. This is going today. No, you don't. No, you don't.
1-1-2. Okay, we're coming live in the place to be.
How are you, Fran? And guys, if you're not sub to Fran's channel, can you do it? Remember this? I remember at the back of sides at 15 trying to get in. Waiting for all the lads to open the back door at sides in Dame Street. 2 o'clock in the morning, myself, Harper O'Driscoll, Connor O'Driscoll, Eddie Douglas, Dee O'Driscoll, Jen Dunn, loads of the boys. 1 second. Fran, I wanted to tell you something, right? Listen here. There's a documentary about the asylum, right? That's on YouTube. Type in the Asylum nightclub, and it's the video was 9 minutes, and I'm in it, bro. An English camera crew here. I'll get it for you. Watch. I'll show you. Give it a watch, bro. ASYLUM. Hang on. ASYLUNIDE. Watch this, Fran, right? There it is there, look. Asylum Dance Club, yeah? 9 minutes long, right? Yeah. Do you want to see me dancing? Does that take you back, Fran? And guys, if you're not sub to Anthony Reid, Frank Callahan and Air Finn, there's the old second floor, Fran. Wait, you see me dancing, Fran, watch. Go on, Jude, push the move, here we go. Keep watching. Here he comes. Boom, that's me. Right there. That's me there. That's me there, bro. You can't really see it, but take me back. Boom. That's me there. That's me there, yeah? Chris Shannon. That's me. He named the son Jude after me. Yeah. Just in case you missed it. That's me.
There is a period in everybody's journey where they are so different because they've started to do new things that they no longer fit in with their old set of friends.
Finn, there's a few dubs coming in out of your live, right? And if you think they're alright, let me know and I'll make videos. No, you know me, Finn, right? If I say something, I'll do it, right? I've asked everybody in our community to help the small channels, and have a guess what they said? No, not without getting paid for it. I'm like, really? I've done this now for over nearly 3 years. I got my channel monetized to crash it. I could have made money off YouTube easy. Nobody's made more content than me. Still. And what? You know, it's just another hurdle. Nobody in our circle has made more content than me. And that is 100% fact. Go look at the channels. Go look at mine. Not loads of people come in, but look many videos I've made. You know, nobody comes near it.
But they're not sufficiently developed that they've gained their new set of friends. And they're unsure. Should I go back? Should I lean back into getting a bag in with the boys on a weekend? Is that the highest, way that I can live my life passion forward? Because that's what everybody else does. And all of my friends are taking the piss. Oh, not drinking again. Too good for us, are we? Not going out again this week. Oh, okay. Well, enjoy staying in home and reading, fucking nerd. So you're going to feel the pain of being ostracized from the group of friends that you used to have. But you're stuck in this messy middle where you haven't yet worked out who you are on the other side of this. And that lonely chapter that's in the middle is something that I would say almost nobody that I've ever met who has gone from a place where they are to a place where hasn't gone through.
There's 1,000 ways to say this, but because I'm only going to say it once. I fought for it because no one gave it to me, because it was just me alone in the gym, me alone in the mirror, me alone in my head. No one did it for me. I worked for it, and I'm never going to let someone else take that from me.
People want to know how I'm always motivated. It's the unseen work. I'm out running at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, in the gym, long sessions by myself. How am I able to just extract the good dopamine whenever I want? Man, I've tried.
It's like I listen to David Goggins the odd time, where... Hang on a minute. I listen to motivational stuff sometimes, bro. It stops me thinking about the pain I'm in all fairness. I'm not being a bitch or anything, but it hurts.
Between the silence, we begin. When daylight fades behind the veil, the stars ignite the sleeping trail. The rhythm comes without a song. We're lost and found, begin to drown. In dreams we dance, no gravity, no rules, no names, just a melody. The world
Hey, mate.
dissolves beneath our feet as shadows pulse to heartbeat sweet.
So, right guys, I'm gonna fuck off in a minute, but one thing I do want to say is there's a lot of new people that come in and out of the channel, right? Now, if you're only new to my channel, right, I suggest this. I've done a couple of podcasts with a geezer from Ireland, an Irish lad called Ronan, Holden Official. I've posted them all on my community page. Watch them, don't watch them. It doesn't matter. I'll hit my target. Defo. Then what? Two and a half years, nearly 2.5 million people I've connected with. Over 2 million people, how mad is that? Now, one thing I know what works for sure is there's a few new channels on our circle, there's a few new dubs that have been coming in and out of me live. So, I'm going to put a little unit together, you know, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the channel every day and every night. Last month, I made 269 shorts. Now, this month, if I make 269 shorts and I put your name in the description, I can guarantee it, I can get you 50 subs in a week. In a week. For free. Like I said, I'm closing in on 6,600 videos. I said I'll get 5,000 videos. I've gone past it by 1,500. Do you know how hard it is to be an independent channel? I'm the only one in our circle who was monetized, who crashed my channel to show the people this wasn't about money. This is about love and direction and education and dedication and meditation, if need be, demonstration, you know, whatever location. Shout out to every nation, you know. Man like you that's very patient, You know. Jude MacDonald is on him done. Guramila Mahagut, in you come. Chucky Erla, Erin Gabra, Oglana Erin, shout out to me mar and da. Jude MacDonald is on him done. Buckle, see the fuck she's. Cunas, Guramila Mahagut. Connors the talk to. Connors the talk to. Jude MacDonald is on him done. Buckle, see the fuck she is. Down your veil. Can you speak Irish? The brilliant thing about knowing other languages is you can have a conversation with your Irishmen. Jake Paul is going to knock AJ out. That's my prediction. Everybody's laughing at me. I don't like Jake Paul, but I admire him. You know, he's a very shrewd businessman. And Jake Paul will beat AJ. Now, yous are all thinking, you fucking head case. Listen, Jake Paul will beat Anthony Joshua. And then what are they going to say? They're going to move the goalpost again, aren't they? The Mike Tyson fight was fixed. You think Anthony Joshua is going to let him knock him out? Oh, bro. Carlito Braganti. You know. Watch out for Billy Blanco from the Bronx. Say no more. You know, you don't want watch out Billy Blanco. You know, yeah, Carlito. Hey, man. You know what I mean? He's in the toilet. No shells in his gun. You know, talking shit. You know, what? Guramila Mahagut for that comrade. You know, Anthony Reid is on him dumb, just like Jude MacDonald is on him dumb. But what I've noticed is, right, a lot of new Irish people coming in and out of Finn's channel, and some of them are trying to get to that first 50 so they can go live and do YouTube. So I'm going to help as many people as I can. You know, it's like, cause I can. You know, I got my channel monetized and I derailed it. You know, to prove to the community that this has never been about money. This is about networking. My dad taught me about it years ago. You know, it's about linking people from country to country, religion to religion, colour, creed, ethnic background, does not matter here. I do not care if you're gay, straight. Shout out to the LGBT community. I am not a gay, but I'm a big fan of a straight. You know, what can I say? It's like shout out to Abby and have a good day. Here, this goes to show you that I'm not. People have said I'm homophobic. Are you mad? I have loads of gays in my family. There's nothing wrong with being gay. You know, there's worse labels out there. Worse labels. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna bring this live to an end because I'm going to put the Christmas tree up. A little bit of advice: I stay out of the way if they're doing the tree. You know what I mean? It fucking triggers me. Those white Christmas trees. It reminds me of me mum. You know what I mean? But yeah. I think I'll leave it there, guys, and thanks for coming in.
Listen to the children of what sweet music like Mike.
Yo! Respect in the place for DJ Dilly! Yeah! Right now, taking you through to the end of the night!
Get off. I didn't like him. But anyway, like I said, I hope you all have a good weekend.
Suddenly leave you. When your dreams fall apart in front of your face. And anyone you come across tells you you're not gonna make it when it seems like things couldn't get any worse. I need you to dig deep. I need you to find that power deep within you that won't be denied.
When all hell is breaking loose in your life, you got to take a stand. You got to stand up against all the negativity that's consuming you and surrounding you. And you got to create a new reality for yourself. You've got to fight for a different outcome.
Right, guys, I'll see you later on sometime, yeah. I'm only doing 45 minutes.
You have the power to...
But if you want, use that channel share and just let me know. You know, because no one on YouTube is going to fucking do it unless you pay membership bullshit, you know what I mean? But this is a quicker way. You know, my way works. And it's called due diligence. We did this a few months ago with a few channels, and we helped a few channels get a few subs. So my way works, and I'm always going to help the dubs.